Hello everyone, this is Chaff Commander Coffee, here with a new series of Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead. Now this is a roguelike game that I did go over briefly in my intro and roadmap sort of video for the channel. It's completely free to play. You can go and download it from their website. I did leave the link in that video I just mentioned. So if you want to go check it out a little bit more, go ahead. Otherwise, this will be my series where I play a selection of rather interesting characters. Namely, what I call Blitz characters. But let's talk a little bit more about Cataclysm. So the setting for Cataclysm is kind of a mix between Half-Life and Left 4 Dead. There's a lot of zombies, there's a lot of alien creatures, and the world has completely gone upside down, pear-shaped, just trashed. Everybody is dying. The apocalypse is now. And your job is to live as long as you can. Now what Blitz characters are, this is the sort of character type I will be playing. I like to assign a few rules to make the game a bit more interesting and probably a fair bit more difficult. Now Cataclysm is already a very difficult game, but I find that if I was to play it efficiently, it can be a little boring. There's a lot of camping around and a lot of grinding skills up involved. I don't want to do that. So, we will be playing Blitz characters. And I have a few rules that I assign to Blitz characters to, facilitate this more interesting playstyle. So, rule number 1 of a Blitz character is that I am not allowed to stay in one location or one building, if you would, for more than one day. So I can't fortify the place. Well, I can make basic fortifications, but only as a temporary thing. I can't stay and build a hideout and store resources there. I just have to keep moving. So that should make things a little bit more interesting for sure. Rule number 2 is that I cannot loot one location more than one time. So if I go into a supermarket, I can only take from it what I can carry. I can't go back into it and just loot it until there's nothing left. I can't do that. So I have to be very careful about what I take, and I also have to be very careful about what I go into looting a location with. So yeah, that's also going to be pretty difficult. It's going to make it a lot harder for me to prepare myself to survive as long as possible, but that's part of the fun of the game. Rule number 3 is that any survivors that we meet that are friendly, this doesn't apply to hostile survivors, but for friendly survivors, we have to try and help them as much as we can. So if they have a quest for us, we have to try and finish that. And if we can convince them to join our group, our party of survivors, then we have to try and keep them alive. We can't use them as meat shields. We can't, like, if they're wounded, we have to try and heal them. We've got to feed them. We've got to find them equipment. We have to do all these things. We have to try to include them in the party and treat them as if they were our own character. Now, if they get caught in a situation where it's pretty much impossible to save them, then we may have to leave them behind. But we're going to try and keep everybody that we can alive as long as we can. So that's also going to make the game a hell of a lot more difficult. Rule number 4, I will be playing, this is not really a rule per se, but I mean for now we'll treat it as a rule. I will be playing vanilla Cataclysm. There will be no mods, so the world I generate will be exactly what the base game is like. I am playing it with a tile set, so it's not ASCII graphics. Yeah, there you go. But it's a bit more fun to watch pixel art than it is, ASCII. But yes, I will be playing with no mods. So it is the base game, and that is just how it is. To give you guys a pretty sort of standard impression of what Cataclysm is actually like. Now the fifth rule is that I cannot custom create my character. I have to randomly create my character. And the sort of way I do this is I roll a random character 3 times. And on the third roll, that is the character I'm playing. There is no changes made beyond that point. That is who we are and trying to survive as. Which means we are going to get some very powerful characters at times, and also some completely trash characters at times. But again, it's all part of the fun, and we just see how far we can go, and you can be surprised at how capable certain characters are, even if on paper they appear to be pretty bad. You can be surprised. They can do some pretty nifty stuff. So yeah, those are our rules for a Blitz character. And if that sounds interesting, then stay tuned, because we are going to be playing, or creating our first world, and then rolling our first character, and see how far we can go with that. So, let's create a world. As you can see, no mods. There are a lot of mods available, and these are just the ones that I have sort of downloaded from the Cataclysm launcher. There are hundreds of mods on their forum. You can really... you can disable certain things if you don't like them. There's certain balance mods, and also a bunch of other mods to add new things. You can add necromancy if you want. You can add boats, tanks, more buildings. I mean, dinosaurs if you want. Why not? There's so many different mods for this game. It's really, you can customize it to play however you want. And I may do some different series where I do, like, maybe a Mad Max or a Fallout style setting instead of the Half-Life-y Left 4 Dead one. I mean, we'll see. But for now, we will just be playing base Cataclysm. The world options, I will be leaving these the same, but you can pause the video to take a look at them as I go through them. The only one that really matters is the first option, which is to delete the world when your last character in that world dies. Now we're going to try and play on the same world as much as we can, at least until it becomes too saturated that it becomes a bit ridiculous. But when our character dies and we make our second one, it will be in the same world, so all the locations will be the same, and you know, we could come across the body of our last character and then loot them. Or if our character dies but we had some companions and they survive, then we might meet them again. So, you know, this is pretty interesting. So I'm going to keep the world the same for as long as possible. So let's random a name for the world. 1, 2, 3. We are going to be playing in Moorhead. Now, I think it's set in America. I think. Because it's sort of like a futuristic setting, I mean, it could really be anywhere, but I'm pretty sure it's America. But there you go, we're going to be playing in the state, or the county, or the town. I mean, there's multiple cities on the map, but yeah, we're going to be playing in the region of Moorhead. So there we are. Let's make a random character. So let's roll a random character. We have 1, 2, 3. Galen Sampson. Galen Sampson. Is a male fast food cook. As you can see, his profession over here. Fast food cook. Great. That sounds like you have some useful skills to survive an apocalypse as a fast food cook, I guess. We have 11 strength, which is pretty high. It's above average for sure, so that's pretty good. 6 dexterity, which is I think a bit below average. I think 8 is average, so not quite so agile. It's going to be a bit awkward to use ranged weapons, but thankfully we've got a bonus to strength for our melee weapons. It's not bad. 8 intelligence is pretty average, and 8 perception, which is also pretty average. We have a good memory, which means our skills will degrade slower. So if you pick up a skill, like for example you find a pistol and then you have quite a lot of ammunition for it and you use that pistol for like a couple of weeks in the game or whatever, but then you run out of ammunition, and then you can't find any ammunition for like a month, then you'll kind of forget how to use pistols as well. Like, you won't lose all of your skill in them, but you'll lose some of it. With good memory, we won't lose that as quickly, so that can be pretty handy. We're an accomplished sleeper, which means we find it easier to fall asleep, which can be useful if, for example, you want to go to bed a little bit like before your character is tired, or if you're trying to sleep in a particularly noisy location. It can be pretty handy. And we're disease resistant, which is pretty helpful for not getting infected by the zombies. And obviously getting infected is awful. There's a couple other things it's useful for. I mean, you can get the flu, you can get all sorts of illnesses and things like that. So that's pretty nice traits. I like these traits. And our skills, we are good with bashing weapons, dodging, and cooking. So pretty good. Like, I'd say these are quite nice skills to start with. They're not bad. Like, if we find like a baseball bat or a crowbar or a shovel or something, like, we're going to be quite good at, you know, using that as a weapon. 2 dodging is pretty handy for like not getting killed in a fight with zombies. And you know, the cooking skill is pretty nice. Be able to cook up some random things that we find, maybe. We'll see. So let's get started with Galen Sampson and see how far we can go with him. Yeah, we're finished. So here's the sort of art style of Cataclysm for those of you that have never seen it before. Here's our character here, Galen Sampson. And here we have another survivor, Brianna Souza, who is wielding a machete. Okay, well, and we've started in a survivor evacuation shelter. So a lot of people, when the Cataclysm first hit, decided to escape to evacuation shelters nearby, their towns or their homes or whatever. And we've ended up in one of those. There are multiple different places that you can start, and this is probably the most common one. But yeah, so we're starting inside of an evacuation shelter. Is okay. It's a mixed bag. Sometimes they can be very good, sometimes they can be very bad. We'll see. So let's first have a little chat with Brianna. At least we've got shelter. Yeah, you're pretty right there, Brianna. At least we have some shelter, and there's no zombies. That's pretty handy too. What should we do now? We should probably stay away from those cities, even if there's plenty of useful stuff there. It's not bad advice. There's a lot of zombies in the cities, but we may have to go there. We'll see. Can I do anything for you? I just have one job for you. Want to hear about it? Tell me about it. There's some important software on my computer that I need on USB. I mean, okay. Well, we have to do it as part of a Blitz character, so I'll do it. Thanks. Just pull the data onto this USB drive and bring it to me. Got any advice? Take this USB drive, use the console and download. Okay, that's not really the advice I was looking for, but sure. I don't have any more jobs for you. Alright, let's see. I can't leave the shelter without equipment. Why should I share my equipment with you? Well, 100% chance I am helping you out. She gives us a lighter. That's actually a pretty handy item to get early on in the game. Being able to create fire, a lot of different uses with that, so pretty handy. Thanks. Do you want to travel with us? I mean, not very high chance of success. I guess we'll just try the best option. Might as well. We're friends, aren't we? You got it. I'm with you. Okay, so we got our first survivor. Awesome. Brilliant. We might as well see if Brianna will teach us anything to help us get that data on her computer. Can you teach me anything? Here's what I can teach you. Okay, it looks like it worked. She has a lot of skills by the looks of it. What are we going to need? She could improve our bashing weapons even further. Fabrication's pretty useful for making things. Driving could be quite handy. Survival. I think probably right now we're going to take melee. Just a simple upgrade to all of our melee skills, because that's just basically useful. Sounds good. You finish training melee to level 1. So if we go into our character sheet, you can see on the left hand side here we have a melee skill of 1. That is going to be pretty useful. Let's take a look at our inventory. Currently we have the lighter that she gave us, which has 68 uses. Steak knife. We're good with bashing weapons, but we did get some skill in melee, so we should be able to use that, but it's not a very good weapon. We have the USB drive. We've got a pair of socks, briefs, pants, pair of sneakers, and a t-shirt. So let's just make sure we're actually wearing our clothes the right way. Cataclysm characters have a tendency to wear their socks on the outside of their shoes. Just because, why not? Right, okay. So Brianna is going to follow us. Let's just talk to her. Let's give her some rules. Okay, she will not pick up items. No, you are allowed to pick up items, because obviously when we loot a location, we can only loot it once. So if she can pick up items as well, that's quite helpful. Sleep when you feel tired. Stay quiet. We don't want to try and fight a zombie horde right now, because we don't have any equipment. Close doors. Don't leave doors open. That's a bad idea. And yeah, other than that, I think we should be okay. Okay, let's go. There are some items there should be in these lockers, yeah. So there's a folded emergency blanket and an emergency jacket. We can wear the emergency jacket because we were only wearing a t-shirt. That will help keep us warm and also give us some more pockets that we can hold items in. Let's take a look at the computer. So this is the evacuation shelter's computer. Let's take a look at the emergency message. Greetings, citizen. A biological attack has taken place and a state of emergency has been declared. Emergency personnel will be aiding you shortly. To ensure your safety, please follow the below steps. Do not panic. Remain inside the building. Seek shelter in the basement. Use provided gas masks and await further instructions. Well, there wasn't any gas masks, so we can basically assume that these rules are bullshit. We aren't going to try and disable the external power because it's not really very useful for us, but let's take a look at Contact Us. Okay, I'm waiting for it to load. Yeah, there we are. If you have any feedback concerning your visit, please contact the Department of Emergency Management Public Affairs Office. The local office can be reached between the hours of 9 AM and 4 PM at 555-0164. If you would like to speak with someone in person or would like to write us a letter, please send it to, and then you don't know where the address could be. So if we look on the map, currently we can see a few things, but we don't actually know where the address is of the main evacuation shelter, where they basically have that, their systems located. So we don't know where that is, which is a bit unfortunate. Let's go downstairs. Now it is dark, we don't have any light source on us, so we're going to just have to explore in the darkness. There's a can of ravioli. Let's take that. We'll try and take as much as we can carry. We can't carry too much because we don't have a bag yet. Is there anything else in here? Let's give it a quick search. Doesn't look like it. Great, so we got one tin can of food and that's it. Right. Well, it will have to do. Okay, so that's what we're starting out with. Let's wield our steak knife. As you can see, our character is now holding a knife. And let's take a look at the map. So I did bring up the map briefly. So we have this evac shelter here. What I'm going to do quickly is, can I toggle blinking? Yeah, let's toggle blinking. We don't want blinking because we're going to leave a note. X. And that should leave that in, if I just quickly put one over here as well. Okay, I need to put custom symbol to... Oh, can I just delete that symbol? Yeah, delete note, there we go, yes. Right. Custom symbol. Oh, it should just be... Yeah, I think that works. Yeah, great. Sorry, I just needed to make sure that I haven't forgotten completely how to play. So we've now marked this location as we've been here. We can't loot it again. Not that there is anything to loot, really, but, yeah, so we've been to this evac shelter. Is there anything we want to do here before we leave? Right, where's our quest? Good question. Can I get my journal up, if I can remember how to do that? Oh, that's not what I was looking to do. There we go. Right, where is journal? So I'm going to have to check a look at the hotkeys, because I don't remember all of them off the top of my head. Right, doesn't look like there's a hotkey one. Oh, frequently asked questions. Okay, great. Right, that didn't help. Let me see if I can figure this out. Here we go. Retrieve software. Right, target 254105. We're at 274105, so that should be... Ah, it's literally over here. It's house on the west outskirts of Parsonsfield. Parsonsfield is the nearby town. Now, unfortunately, it's on the other side of the town, but we do have to try and get there to get that software for Brianna. Right, let's be careful about this. Let's take a peek through the curtains. What can we see? Right. Well, we can't see any zombies, which is good, but there is a body over there, so let's see what's up. A dog corpse and a zombie child corpse. Right. Okay, so there might be zombies around, so... Oh, I think we heard something outside. Aha, there is a zombie over there, so there's a crawler. Yeah, so the crawling zombies are not that dangerous, but yeah, there is one there. There's also a rabbit over there. Right, let's go through... Oh, can I change Brianna's... Let's see. Combat commands, yes. Change your engagement rules. Attack only enemies I attack first. Don't use guns right now. Use silent weapons. And definitely do not use grenades, because she's very liable to blow us up if she does that. I would like to know a bit more about Brianna. So Brianna's bit higher than average strength, pretty agile, she's average intelligence, but a bit lower perception. But she is really, really, really good at melee combat. She's got 5 with cutting weapons, so up here, cutting weapons of 5, a melee of 4, bashing weapons of 4, and she's equipped with a machete, which means that she's actually pretty awesome as a fighter. So it's really nice that we got her as a companion early on in the game. So we can see the crawling zombie below us. Let's just get Brianna to come outside. Right. And we can see some more zombies, so if I check list of monsters, there's a decayed zombie and 2 crawling zombies, and there's also Brianna. Right. Let's see. We'll go up this way because there's a road here, and we might see there's another child zombie, and there's more zombies trying to break into the evac shelter. Right. Well, let's try and ignore them. I don't think they can catch us. They're just decayed zombies and stuff. As you can see, we've got a mini-map in the bottom right, so you can keep an eye on that if you want to know where we're going. Let's think about how we want to approach Parsonsfield, because we do need to get into that house. We can see a public works northwest of Parsonsfield, and also a cathedral. This is the house where she's kept her stuff. What's here? A hotel parking and the actual hotel itself. Right. So we either have to go through the main city, which is probably a terrible idea. What do we have to the northeast of us? Might be able to pick up some gear. A radio tower and a sewage treatment. We could technically get into the city via the sewage plant, but if we could get into the sewers, we might be able to pop up in the city sort of around this location, maybe. We would definitely be able to get in there through the subway station, but the sewers are going to be really dangerous if we have no light. We don't have a flashlight or anything. I think our best bet is coming down to the south here and maybe checking out these houses first. There's a tea shop, a restaurant, a garage. A garage could be handy. If we could find a working car, that would be great. Is there any places we could get weapons? Because that's going to be really important. Music store, gas station, parking lot, fast food restaurant, military surplus. Now that is somewhere where we're going to have to go, because that might be our first place to get proper weapons. There's a bank, a pawn shop. Pawn shops, you can find all sorts of stuff in pawn shops. So, right, a fitness gym, that can sometimes have some useful things in it. Hardware store. Hardware stores are pretty handy for, like, even for weapons. You can find like hammers and stuff in there. They're not bad. A liquor store, electronics store. See, this isn't a particularly big town, but we do have... There's a doctor's office as well. Okay, so we've got like 4 locations we really want to check. We've got the military surplus store, the doctor's office, and the 2 pawn shops here. But they're all in the center of town, which makes them pretty dangerous to go and check out. But that is our best bet for getting some early equipment. Let me just move my mouse out of the way. Right. Let's carry on. I think our first thing we're going to do is we're going to head south down the road and see if we can't get to those houses on... Ooh. Ah. So you can see there's a car over here. Okay. And there's also what looks like a police barricade, or what was a police barricade. There's an engine over there for like a motorbike or something. Yeah, these are definitely police cars. Let's move up to this car here first, just because it's got something in it. Let's take a look. What do we have here? A wheel. Okay, well that's not useful. Does the car work? No, not by the looks of it. Apparently it's lacking a wheel. Yeah, 2 of its wheels are completely busted. No, all 4 of them are absolutely wrecked, so that car doesn't work. That's a bit unfortunate. We might have to fight these zombies, because they're going to just follow us otherwise. Let's take a look at these, oh, we've got a cash card, we'll take that. A deputy badge, we can wear that and pretend to be a police officer. No, we don't care about being a police officer. An expandable baton, now we are going to take that, because that is really handy. That's a much better weapon than the steak knife. Because, well, it's actually a weapon. Let's activate that. So we now have the expandable baton. It is a bashing weapon as well, and we are good with bashing weapons. So we've found a good weapon for ourselves. Let's see if any of these police cars work. This one might work, by the looks of it. It has enough gasoline down here. It has enough battery. It has enough wheels. It's a little busted up, but it might work. But if there's no keys in it, we can't hotwire it because we don't have any. We don't have a screwdriver or anything. Let's. I'm gonna just compare these. Let's just drop that. I want to compare these 2 batons. Right. So this one, PR24. It's got a hit bonus of 2, a bash of 13, and a moves per attack of 108. And this one has 12. This one's faster. It does slightly less damage, but it's faster. So I think we're going to take the expandable baton over the PR24 one. There's another cash card. I do like to collect my cash cards because you can buy things in the in some of the shops with them. And there's no real clothes that look like they're going to be useful for us. There's only 3 cent on that cash card, so we don't really care about that one. Yeah, there's nothing really else. What about this car? This car looks like it would work as well, but the windshield on the front is bashed up, and yeah, it has less gas in it. Right, well, if we want to get this car... one of the zombies is trying to bash it up. If we want to get in this car, we're going to have to kill the zombies. So, let's start trying to beat on this zombie child. We whack her for 20 damage, which is not bad. She does claw us, though. Let's just bash up that zombie child. And then pulp the body. You got to make sure to pulp the bodies, otherwise they get back up. Some Necco wafers. Yum. Yeah, let's take them, I guess. It's something. Alright, let's try and kill this decayed zombie. Decayed zombies are not really that hard, so there we go. Yeah. Us and Brianna doing no problem so far. Absolutely no problem to deal with these zombies. Right, let's get in the car and see if we can't get this to work. Let's close that. Oh crap, it works! Wow, that's amazing! Finding a working vehicle, like, straight out off the bat is great. But the only problem is it doesn't have, so far as I'm aware, very much gas or battery left, which kind of sucks. But we'll do our best. Here we go. Right. We also have no driving skills, so this could end badly. So I'm going to try and drive slowly. Right, we can see a zombie police officer, and there's also something on the road there. What's that? It's a car horn. Well, we don't need that. Right. Oh, it's leaking gasoline. Can you see that out the back of the car? Yeah, this car's currently leaking gasoline, so I have a bit of an idea. We're going to use this car as a battering ram to kill zombies, because I can see... Oh, crap. There's a horde of zombies down there, so we don't want to go near them. Let's rev up to speed 40 and try and bash this zombie here. There we go. Now, zombie cops sometimes have nice items on them, so I am going to stop the car and just jump out quickly, take a look. We also need to, like, bash it up. Doesn't look like anything great on this zombie, so we'll get back in the car as fast as we can. Oh crap, did the car break? Oh, it's ran out of battery. Well, I guess the battery's broken as well. Right, let's abandon that car. Come on, let's go down this way. Right, we don't want to go too... Wow, there are zombies everywhere. Yeah, let's try and avoid the city as much as we can. Now, there is a large horde of zombies that are sort of congregating over there. But I don't think... There's some dogs attacking a zombie there. Well, welcome to the Cataclysm, I guess. Right, so we're getting close to the southern outskirts of the town. Let's take a look around. There are a lot of zombies. I don't think they've seen us yet. There's some hostile dogs. And there's a lot of hostile zombies. Obviously, the zombies are hostile. Now, the dogs will attack the zombies if we lead them into them. Great. Well, we don't want to go closer to the town. We need to skirt around the outskirts, so we might have to just fight our way through here. Now, we are equipped with a pretty decent weapon, and we've got Brianna with us. So I think if we take the zombies slowly, one at a time, we shouldn't have too many issues dealing with them. There we go. So we got the tough zombie there. Let's keep going. There's a few more zombies. We'll try and avoid them as much as we can. But we're going to have to fight a few of them as we make our way around. There's nothing in there. I think this is an ambulance. So me and Brianna can actually kill these zombies pretty quickly, which is nice. The ambulance might work, actually. I should remember to check that. It probably would, but it only has 1% gas and battery, so it would barely even start. An electric sports car, now that won't last very long. It only has 5% battery and it's a sports car, so it will burn out very quickly. I don't think it's worth it. And also, you have to keep in mind, if you look in the top right here, there's a sound meter. So if you're driving a car, obviously it makes a lot of sound and the zombies will see you, or well, hear you. Right, what can we see over here? So this is sort of the first building or location that we've come to. There's not too many zombies around it, and I can see an electric car over here, which might work. And electric cars are awesome because, well, you don't need to find gas for them. So if we can, we'll try get that electric car if it works. Wow, just instantly dead. Wow. Not bad, not bad. Good job, Brianna. He does have one item. It's oxycodone, a strong semi-synthetic narcotic used for the treatment of intense pain. Highly addictive. We will take it, simply because it might be our only sort of painkiller for the time being. Now, I do want to clean these zombies out before we enter any of the buildings, because... Wow, just dead instantly. But we need to be careful, because we don't want to attract a huge horde. Let's pulp that one as well. Oh, there's a children's book. Just for fun. Oh, isn't that nice? I mean, it's not useful right now. We can't carry that much. We have to be aware that we don't have a bag, so we have to be quite careful what we pick to carry. No, let's smash the zombie quickly. Right, that's 3 down. 2 more to go. Bash that one up as well. Now this one does have a backpack, but it's in pretty bad condition. But I'll take it after we finish fighting. There we go. So we killed that one as well. Wow, not too bad. Right, let's take that backpack, because that's going to allow us to carry a lot more items. So for now, that will have to do. Right, let's quickly jump into this building. Oh, the door's locked. Well, there's only one way for it then. Smash through the window. Come on, let's go. Okay, so what can we see here? There's a couple of items that we got from smashing the window. Things like the actual curtains, but they're not particularly useful for us. There's an MP3 player here. MP3 players are amazing. They're one of the best ways to boost your character's mood. So if I go into oh, now I have to remember what key it is for mood. Here we go. So this is our character's mood. We currently have minus 45 morale because we're wet. Because we've been standing out in the rain. You can see it's actually raining outside. And guilty about killing. We killed a zombie child. Your character doesn't like killing zombie children. They're still children, so yeah. But, you know, desperate times, desperate measures. Let's loot this house. Now, we do have a backpack, so we can carry a few more items. There's a sealed glass jar of pickled fish. Well, I mean, it's never going to go off, so we'll take that. Oxidizing powder. I don't think we need that. We may come back for that before we leave the house. A pot. Now, we will need a pot to do most of our cooking, so we'll grab that now. Plastic bottle. We can store water in that. A glass jar of peanut butter. Yeah, sure. I do like my nutty butty. Delicious. Right. Let's quickly close these curtains so no zombies see us, or less zombies see us. Some gummy vitamins. I mean, that's not bad. A dust mask. Right, we'll wear that because that helps protect us from the environment. Now, there's a toilet here. Now, you'd have thought toilets are not very helpful, but they actually have water in them, obviously. But you can't just drink the toilet water straight away. You have to purify it. But we have a pot, we have a plastic bottle, and we do have a lighter. So we could start a fire, purify the water in the pot by boiling it, and then we have clean water. So I am going to take some toilet water. Yeah, so for those of you that are completely disgusted by that, well, this is the apocalypse, and you've got to survive somehow. Now, it looks like there was a crash site out here. I wonder what kind of crash site. There's a spring there. What's there? No, that's just metal wreckage over a shrub, I think. Yeah. Now, we haven't got any tools to, like, dig up the wreckage, so we won't be able to find anything inside of it. So we'll ignore that for now. Let's close the curtains here. There's some clothes here, there's some jeans. What are we currently wearing? Pair of pants. I mean, same thing. Like, you wear them over your legs. Let's close these curtains as well to try, swap positions. Come on. Right, now there's one last place we have to check in this house. Right, it's just a blanket and a pillow. There's the basement. Now, basements are a bit of a mixed bag, because they can be pretty bad, and they can also be pretty good, depending on what's down there. So what I'm going to do is quickly push Brianna over there, so she comes down the stairs with us. Right, let's be careful how we search this. Oh, I think I heard a zombie. You guys hear that? Let's go back to Brianna. There's a zombie there. Right. Let's just kill that. Right, there could be more down here, so we have to be really careful. Let me just talk to Brianna. Combat commands. Change your engagement rules? No, it's not that. Miscellaneous rules. Is that how far she stays away from me? No. Okay. Brianna, stay here. Okay. See you around. Right, Brianna's gonna guard the door in case more zombies show up. Outdoor adventures. I mean, we have some carry capacity, so we might as well take some of these books. We might be able to learn something from them. Obviously I can't spend too much time just hanging around reading books, because we're always on the move. There's a toilet in here. We don't need any more water. We don't have any more containers. Let's just follow the wall. There's another bottle here of orange juice. I'll take some orange juice. Delicious. There's a can of beer. And another zombie has just snuck up on us. So let's try and fight him. We don't have Brianna with us, but I think we can handle one zombie. So we hit him twice. We deal some pretty good damage. He tries to grab us, but we break free because we're really strong. So that helps. We smash him again. He tries to bite our torso, but fails to penetrate the armor. I mean, we're not really wearing any armor, but I guess he failed to tear through the emergency jacket. And then one last hit. Critical damage, and we kill him. Right, let's pulp that corpse. Doesn't have anything on it, but we managed to kill our first zombie by ourselves. Not too bad, not too bad. We're doing okay. I think that's just a pool ball. Yeah, it's just a pool ball. It's not really useful for us. We can't really make anything out of it. Right, so we've kind of searched here. Brianna's still fine. I don't think she's fought any more zombies. No, she hasn't. So I think the two zombies down here were the people that were hiding from the apocalypse, but maybe one of them was infected and died and then came back. But yeah, there's nothing else down here for us. Right, Brianna, let's go. Okay, let's go back upstairs. I think we've searched this house as much as we can. There's a couple more houses we need to search, but I'm going to quickly X this off the map. Right, there we go. So we've searched this house. No coming back. We're not too far from our objective, but I don't want these videos to go on for as long as my 0 AD ones do. So, I will end the episode here. I hope you guys have enjoyed it so far, and just to give you a little taster of what Cataclysm is like. It's a really fun game. Like, don't be put off by the sort of pixel graphics. I mean, I really like them. I think they're quite nice. They're sort of endearing. Very easy to get what's going on across, in my opinion. But yeah, it's a really fun game, and I'm really looking forward to playing this character. So far, we're doing okay, but that can change in an instant. You saw how many zombies there were in some of those hordes. Whilst we can kill a couple of zombies by, you know, picking them off one by one, if we get surrounded, we're dead just like that. Like, before you can blink, you're dead. So we have to be really careful, and we haven't seen any special zombies yet. So I did say this game's kind of like Left 4 Dead. There are some really, really scary zombies, and aliens as well. There's aliens as well, and mutants, and all other sorts of nasty stuff that's going to try and kill us. So hopefully we can survive. So, it's been me, Chaff Commander Coffee. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next episode of Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead with our very first Blitz character. Goodbye.